This is the last video about Ms. Marvel for a while, I swear, but let's finish off the week with talking about her and how I see myself in Kamala Khan through fitting, and more often not fitting, traditional beauty standards. When Kamala Khan originally gets her powers, she finds that her shape-shifting abilities have turned her into Carol Danvers. You know, Carol Danvers, the original Ms. Marvel. Tall, blonde, with those big boots. Kamala wanted to be someone else. She wanted to fit in with the people around her. She wanted to be confident and powerful, and on some level a hero, and she looked up to Captain Marvel. Her new power let her be someone else, a power I have wished for my entire life. Growing up, my heroes were always pretty. They were strong, smart, interesting, powerful, strategic, magical, courageous. They were all of those things, but they were always so beautiful. The Powerpuff Girls, the Winx Club, Starfire, and Raven from Teen Titans, all of them heroes. All of them strong girls and women who fought evil on the daily and somehow managed to win. But I wasn't like them. I looked nothing like them. I was short. My hair was curly and frizzy and impossible to control. My teeth were crooked. And they were all so perfect. And I just knew, in the same way Kamala Khan knew, that my chances of becoming an intergalactic superhero are even slimmer than my chances of becoming blonde and popular. There was something in me that told me that I couldn't be a hero and look the way that I looked, because heroes, especially female heroes, had more or less the same look to them, and it wasn't mine. Then when I was 12 or 13, I decided to read the Harry Potter books behind my parents' back. And the main character, one of the heroes, had teeth that were too big and incredibly frizzy hair and was just an insufferable know-it-all who was not very good in social situations, and I saw myself. Hermione Granger was who I was at the time, so I decided to be her. I didn't need to be me. I could read those books over and over again and be her. With my hand-me-down clothes and inability to connect to people, I figured I could just be Hermione Granger. Make 2 solid friends and stick to the background, except when showing off my exceptional IQ. I was that person for a very long time. It just made sense to keep going, and Hermione fit very well, except that I'm a Ravenclaw, with a little bit of a Slytherin side. So when a regular bully of mine remarked offhandedly before my senior year of high school that because I knew how to skateboard and liked Harry Potter and superheroes that I was unfeminine and that I wasn't as good as them. I went to a thrift store and bought about 15 new casual dresses, a bunch of new skirts, and the girliest, most feminine things I could find and could love out of spite. And it felt so much like I was making my own alter ego and creating a costume to confront evil with, but that isn't what I was doing. I got to be someone else for my last year of high school. I got to be someone new. It was less like Hermione Granger and more like Starfire, who just enthusiastically and unironically loved all of the things that she loved. It was a whole new world because I was just being myself. And that felt really good, because even being someone who is so much like you, being someone else isn't liberating. It's exhausting. Captain Marvel was Kamala's personal hero and idol, but being her still felt wrong. Then a girl, my friend's younger sister, who was maybe only a freshman at the time, tells me that she wishes she had a body like mine. Nobody had ever told me that before. Nobody had ever wanted to look like me, but this girl who was so young looking back. She didn't feel very young at the time, but she was so young, and she wished that she could change her body to look like me. And I was left wondering, what was wrong with me after that? Because I was finally pretty in the right way. I was looking exactly the way that I was supposed to look, but I was still left asking, why don't I feel strong and confident and beautiful? Kamala got to be Ms. Marvel, and she got to be the version that was Carol Danvers, and she chose to look like herself instead. And I'm 22 and married now, and I still wonder if I would make that choice. If I could fit better into conventional beauty standards, I absolutely would. I would do it, and I would not look back, even though I know it's bad for me to be someone else. Because being around new people, going to conventions, being around my husband's family, it makes me feel like Kamala did when she transformed into Carol Danvers. It's almost like a reflex, like a fake smile. I feel uncomfortable, like I have to be someone else, someone cool. But instead I feel small. I want to pretend that I'm more grown up and mature than I am, but I know I would choose to look prettier. I would choose to better fit traditional beauty standards than to be myself, even if looking pretty does not, in fact, have anything to do with being a hero, as television would have me believe. When I am uncomfortable, I cling to what makes me conventionally attractive. I work at being beautiful when I am uncomfortable because I still haven't learned what Kamala learns and what is only the first arc of her story. I still want to be someone else. Someone beautiful, someone confident, someone who knows what they're doing, or at the very least, a metamorphagus. One of the reasons I love Ms.Marvel, because I am still that 16-year-old kid who is filled with insecurity and hoping to just magically find a way to look the way that I think I'm supposed to look. I wish that I wasn't that person though. I love that person and I care about that person, but I want that person to grow up already. I hope you've enjoyed talking about Ms.Marvel for the past week or so. I also hope you've enjoyed this Captain Marvel mug. I think it's super cool. If you want to see my next video, please subscribe up here. You can watch other videos I've made by clicking over here. And if you like what I make, please support me on Patreon, because that would be super cool, and then I can still afford coffee. I'll see you next time. Bye!